so good to have you here. You make me feel so at home in front of the camera. It's almost as if you're here, only difference is we can't share a bottle of wine. So I wanted to talk about selfies since we are doing selfies here on Periscope today, or at least I am. I just wanted to give you all some tips because it seems to happen a lot these days. You walk around and you see people, going like this and going like this, and they don't know if they're going to look good. They don't know where to look into the camera, and sometimes the selfies don't come out so well, and it's kind of a drag because you go to all that trouble to try to get one. And so if I can give you just a few tips on how to do that, this will help you. Okay, so the first thing I want to teach you all about how to take a good picture, whether somebody's taking the picture of you or you're taking the picture of yourself, the most important thing about getting a good picture is the light. Find your light. Now there's two forms of light. There's outer experience light and there's inner experience light. Those are the two key things to know when you're having your pictures taken. That being said, a lot of the reasons why people don't think they look good in pictures is because they're uncomfortable in front of the camera. And obviously I've had a lot of practice around cameras, so it seems to be okay with me. But one of the secrets that I can share about why I know how to take a good picture is that I enjoy it. I enjoy the camera. So that's something that starts from the inside. But let's talk about light from the outside. So right now we're sitting in my living room. I'm sitting in my living room and you are all here too. And I usually sit in this corner of my house because why? The light is the best. I have light coming this way towards me, this way, and I have light coming this way. So I'm equally lit on both sides. And this is natural light. And I have my blinds pulled down so that it's diffused and it's softer, and oh, doesn't it make me look maybe 10 years younger? So the key to a good picture is lighting. So if you're out in public at a party or something like that, make sure that there's light on your face. Or if you're Skyping, I do this with my angel assistants that work with me. We Skype and they sit there in the dark and I can't see them, and it's just not fair unless you really don't want to be seen. So try to find the light in the room. If the light is coming over your head, that's not going to be flattering. It's going to cast shadows under your eyes and under your nose, and it's going to give you light. It's going to be horrible. So don't ever stand under a light. If there's a light above you and you can't find another light, then tilt your head up towards the light and let the light fall on your face. And if you can find some light that's natural, try to have it being on either side of your face, okay? And make sure that the light is not behind you. A lot of people try to take pictures of a sunset, and it's all about the sunset, and what happens is you get a shadow face and a beautiful sunset. So either take a picture of the sunset or take a picture of yourself. But in most cases, unless you have a flash, you're not going to get a picture of your face. So, and flashes are good. And flashes work with selfies now too in most cameras, I believe. So flashes are good because they wash everything out and the light is even, and that's why people look better when there's a flash. But it doesn't always look real and it doesn't always create a good mood. So number one, find your light. Okay. Now number two, and this is a really bad example of how to take a photograph, because we are on Periscope together right now, and Periscope, they only let you shoot in this direction, in this format, the vertical format. So that's really not good for making movies, and we are shooting live here, so it's something that Periscope really needs to up their game on, and everybody knows that. And as you probably know, if you've seen me before here, the first time we did it, I put the camera in horizontal mode, which is HD mode, which is what all the movies are shot in these days. I see people walking around taking movies with their iPhones, and they're walking around like this, and they're missing it. Now, I learned that lesson the hard way when I was in India, and I didn't know that you had to turn the camera this way for taking film videos, even for selfies. But also, for photographs of yourself, if you're just taking a selfie, it's always better to have the camera in this direction in the horizontal mode, okay? And even if you're shooting squares for Instagram. So 1, you find your light. 2, you get your camera in the right direction. And then number 3, what is important? Well, if I was talking to you like this and I was looking over here, you wouldn't really think that you were connected with me, really, would you? Because my eyes would be someplace else. So it doesn't really work. But if I look in the lens, then you feel like we're connecting, right? Right? So when you're doing a selfie, where's the lens? We don't know where the lens is. So a lot of time we'll see selfies of ourselves and our eyes will be over there, but not into the lens and into the camera. So let me just tell you, in case you don't know, this little bar, and I don't know if you can see that little bar, it's the microphone of my iPhone. And the Androids have these as well. And I tried this out with Angel Laura, who you met last week. She has an Android camera. And we tried it out today on her camera doing selfies. And sure enough, if you're doing a selfie and you're looking here, you're not going to have eye contact with yourself in the picture. You have to look into that little microphone area, okay? So that's your focus. Where to look at a selfie is right into that little spot. Another really great secret that I can give you is height. You want to hold your camera up above your head. So why? You have a nice chin. And the light is nicer. So again, it's about the lighting and also the angle of the camera and then the angle of your face. Because if you're taking the picture down here, well, hello. Let's not even talk about that because that's my worst nightmare right now is all about here. So when you're taking your selfies, it's like this, all right? And look into that place. And then the third, that's number 4. And then number 5 is smile. Love it. Enjoy it. Have fun. And that's where the inner light comes from. The inner light about how you feel about actually having this experience with yourself. That's what you're doing with a selfie. Let's face it, it's a narcissistic thing. We're all taking pictures of ourselves. We are the generation of narcissists and selfie takers. And it's okay. I mean, it's funny and it's okay, and why not? But if we're going to do it, why not be happy with what we're looking at when we get our final results? So my advice to you is to look into that little microphone. Imagine that it's something that you really love. Okay? Imagine that it's a puppy, your kitty cat, your child, something beautiful, a sunset, the man of your dreams, the woman of your dreams, whatever, just something that evokes the feeling of love or of, as we say at USM, light. It evokes a feeling of lightness. And that's what I mean by when we say call in the light, it's the love. So we've got the light coming from outside of us, and then we've got the light coming from inside of us, and the twain shall meet, and you will have a beautiful selfie picture. So love the camera, and the camera will love you. So find your light, HD format, eye contact with the little microphone area, hold the camera up high, and love yourself. Smile. It's all good.
Such a lucky girl. Such a lucky girl.